quick introduction. I'm from India and the public buses over here have a whole column of seats reserved for women and the first 2 rows of the other column are reserved for handicapped and the elderly. Also, each row has 2 seats, i.e. it's a 2-2-2 configuration. All this is important for the story. This all happened yesterday, the 14th of October 19. Let me dive into the story. Cast: me, entitled mother, M, good person, GP. So I was going home from college yesterday, and as it was in the evening, the bus was crowded. Luckily I had gotten a seat, since I boarded the bus at its first stop. It usually takes 1.5 hours for me to reach home, so I put my earphones on. After approximately half an hour, someone legit hit slapped my shoulder. Enter M. M. Hey, get up, let me sit. Me, not at all. You have the whole other side to sit. As I said, the women only section of the bus had 2 seats free. Me, puts my earphones on. M, tries to yank it out of my ears. Fails hilariously, almost falls on GP who's sitting next to me. Me, what's your problem, ma'am? Why are you harassing a kid for? M, give me your seat. Me, again. No. You have 2 free seats in your section. Go sit there. M, they aren't window seats. Me, not my fault for getting in the bus at the first stop. M, goes crazy. How dare you back answer to elders? Haven't your parents taught you to respect elders? Haven't they taught you to obey elders? Me, listen, there's no reason for me to give up my seat to you. There's no reservation on this seat. If you want to sit, there are 2 seats free in that section. Puts on earphones. This is where M tries to hit me, but is stopped by GP. GP, clearly pissed. Stop your bullcrap right now, and leave him alone, you're troubling him, since a long time for no reason. Here's where the bus conductor finally comes and intervenes. Asks my side of the story, backed by multiple witnesses. Asks for her side of the story, you know, the over-exaggerated oh how I have suffered style of M's. Asks to see her ticket, newsflash. She doesn't have one. She lost it, gets kicked out of the bus instead. Turns out he asked for her ticket cause she's done this twice already. A little context. So I'm an Apple vintage collector. That means I collect vintage Apple products like old iPods, iPads, and iPhones. And when I'm traveling it's a pain to get them with me. And the reason I do that is because I don't want their batteries to go bad from not charging them. Also, as every collector, I don't trust anyone with my collectibles. So while I was traveling I didn't get all of my collection, but I got the best ones. I got 2 iPads, 1 iPod Touch, 1 iPad Nano, 2 iPhones with me. So they're all collectibles, but some of them are very rare. Anyway, so while I was going through his security checkup I got my devices out for them to check them. And I noticed a little boy behind me, maybe 6, and he stared at me like he wanted to kill me and steal everything I had. So he talked to me, and that's how the conversation went. Eck, why do you have all of these iPads? Me, do you know what a collector means? Eck, yes. Me, well I collect old technology. Eck, nice. But you don't look like you need all of them, fear too much. Me, it's not about needed or not, I'm a collector, that's what I do. Started to know he didn't know what a collector meant. Eck, okay, give me some, I want to be a collector. Me, no. Eck, sharing is caring, now give me E. Me, no. So at this time they checked all my devices for nothing through x-ray and started to put them in my bag. And while I was putting them, I saw the kid waiting for me to give him one, but I didn't. I packed up and left to get some food until my flight arrives. So while I was eating I saw him again with the meanest looking Karen I have ever seen in my life, and she looked pissed. Like damn. Anyway, I was eating, minding my own business, and she came to me and started talking. That's how the conversation went. So my son told me you have like 3 iPads and 2 iPhones? Me, really doesn't want to say, but yes I do. Okay, now give him one of each so it's fair. Me, excuse me? Am I speaking Chinese? Give it to him. Me, no, don't even think about it. Eck, mom, get it to me. Last chance young man, give me now. Me, starts to ignore her. So after a couple of very weak insults she left, and I was happy eating my Big Mac again. Then she comes again, but not only that, she comes with 2 security guards. I was looking at her like what the hell she wants now? That's what happened. Him, he stole the products including mine. G. Alright sir, give me the bag and I'll call the police. Me. Are you seriously believing her? G. What? Don't listen to a thief. G2. Wait a second, he isn't a thief. So the second guard, thank God, remembered me while I was in the security checkup, and he did a lot of jokes on my products and how they get him old memories. Anyway, so he tells the other guard and take the M somewhere while the Ek is crying the whole time, making dumb excuses like his was broken and I had one and I had to share. Anyway, that's my story on how I almost lost hundreds of dollars. Thanks. Just happened. Usual cast of 3 characters. I went for a haircut and a place is in a strip mall with a supermarket and various shops. It has a large, usually pretty full parking lot. I leave after my haircut and get in my car to back out from the space. I'm in my Dodge Charger sedan with a large pickup parked on one side and SUV on the other. I can't see looking around, so I use the backup camera. Start to back out. Alert sounds and I see a child, 4 to 5 years old, come running onto the screen from behind the pickup truck. I brake hard, even though my speed was under 5 miles per hour backing out from the spot, and I was still 3 feet or more from the kid. M enters the camera's field of view a second later looking up from her phone. I roll down my window and say, be careful buddy. M yells, if you are going to drive a car like that you need to learn how to actually drive. I'm a grown man and this did not sit with me well, so I shouted, if you don't want a tragedy to occur you should shove that phone up your butt so you can pay attention to your kid in a busy parking lot. Not a proud moment, but I was pissed. M stops walking and stood there glaring at me, so I backed out to leave. They were both now behind the SUV next to me with the kid in front, that is further away from my car. M kicks my rear quarter panel as I'm pulling out. I stop, put it in park and get out. I should add I'm 6 feet 3 inches and 215 pounds. M's glare becomes instant concern upon me exiting my vehicle. I walk around the back of my car towards them. She grabs her kid by the arm. I stop a couple feet away from her, turn and lean down to make sure there is no damage to the panel from her kid, which there wasn't. Now it was my turn to glare at her for a long second. I then get back in my car and leave. I know I should have made up her calling the kid precious, or demanding that I give her my car, or getting the police involved only to get burned, or some other bit of nasty karma befalling her, but none of that happened. I love backup cameras. There is not much hope I would have seen him running out from behind that pickup as quickly had I been looking over my shoulder. Incredibly stupid M, and I hope that kid's luck holds out, because he probably won't be getting much help from her. I just wanted to meet up with a girl in my class to play some video games with her, so I phoned my mother to ask if I could go with her. She denied and said we still have something to do. Until now nothing out of the ordinary. So I went home, and the moment I come in she said we had to talk. And now I know why I actually wasn't allowed to go. Even if you don't want it, sometimes things happen between a boy and a girl. I just don't want you to ruin your future, and you're not allowed to go to any female's place until you're 18. Don't know if this is just overprotective, but I feel like it belongs here. This story will be short, because there's not much to it, really. I work as a teacher in my community, more so for a tutoring company in the area, and I'm quite young. The place is awesome. My bosses are great, co-workers are great, and most of the kids don't get too rowdy. There's not much that goes on, other than the occasional entitled kid thinking they own the place. It's straightforward, and the parents don't get too pushy either. Case in point, I'm still employed. So it's a pretty slow day. I'm just in for a trial session class, although the parents had already paid in advance for further lessons. Bit weird, but you do you. A brother and a sister, the latter of which I'm told is a bit younger than the age group, but the mother has assured us that she's very smart for her age group. I don't doubt it. The brother was quite the little engineer. Of course, my boss, being awesome, leaves it up to me whether I feel comfortable or not. Usually I'm pretty cool about things. The kids enjoy the class so they listen, so I figure whatever. Well, as it turned out, the decision was made for me. We're expecting 2 kids, one around the age of 10 to 12, and the other apparently in grade 1. In the waiting room, is the usual bundle of kids and parents for the next session, and a newcomer with a toddler and quiet kid. Probably just there for a starter. There were weird interview things to see if the kids could fit in all the time. Way above my pay grade. Doesn't include the classes, as it turns out. Next session is called, and this lady says she's there for the class. My boss, bless her, being the awesome lady she is, deals with it for me. The little girl couldn't be older than 2 or 3, and she's wandering around curious about everything, chewing on her hand and eyes filled with bewilderment at the new place they were in. My boss is having none of it and takes a good 5 to 10 minute chunk out of the session convincing her that we would not take the toddler. The mother eventually leaves, and me and the brother go about the usual intro session. Interesting kid, super into engineering, pretty smart, but really wanted to try programming. Not even because of Fortnite or anything. He wasn't allowed video games, he just thought coding would be cool. Well, the mother takes the son, and that's that. She'd paid for about a month, a hefty chunk of change, and we paid her back for the daughter. Next week the time comes for the brother's session again, but he doesn't show up. Wait an hour, no kid. Time to go home. Next week, same thing. Awesome boss tells me I still get paid since I'm scheduled, so I just head home early. Didn't bother showing for the rest of the kids' sessions either, so I got to head home early each time. Turns out the mother was mad about the daughter not being allowed in, so she took the son out too, who had truly enjoyed it, because we mixed engineering and programming. So, thanks random lady, for the free money and early time off. Hope your son follows his dreams, and you don't get your daughter hurt with your ignorance of age requirements and common sense. Thank you for watching. Slap that like button and comment your opinion on these stories below. I'm waiting. Write that comment. Seriously. Have you written it yet? If you don't comment, you make a bunny cry somewhere. You're not that kind of person. I know. Anyways, peace out, and catch you tomorrow.